Hello traders, I hope you're all well. So this is a market review for the week beginning the 27th of July to Friday the 31st of July. So we'll run through some of the charts I'm interested in trading this week. So the first chart we'll take a look at is the Aussie USD. So I did a video last week about this corrective pattern here um, that that we had that we saw last week, and then I did call a short trade when the market was this high. So I did call it short trade, and since that video, I've done some corrections on the chart. Um, so what we have here is an established A. So we need the B, and the B is now forming in a triangle formation. So this is a triangle. Um, um, was the right word to use? This is the triangle shaping up here. So here after we had the A, this leading diagonal here finished. So we had an A, and then we had our first ABC leg here for A, and then we had a correction again for B, and then we had an ABC for C, and now we've now had an A. I believe this is a B now, so we need a push up for C for D. All right. So triangles come in three, 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 three. Okay, and you can only see triangle in a wave 4 of an impulsive leg or leg B of a corrective pattern. Yeah. So this here on the bigger time frame, like we mentioned last week, is a 535 zigzag corrective pattern where we've had the first three, and now we've had the A. So we need a B and then a C. Um, for the final leg, for the final push up. Okay. Um, so this here is a triangle. We need to see the D, and then we need to see the E before you know we push up for a B before rally down for C. So yeah, so what am I saying? Hold on 1 second. Just before I give you wrong information. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So yeah, so we need to push up for B. That's correct. So um so we were looking for on Aussie USD for this week is for this triangle to complete. Yeah. Again, do not rush it. Okay. Allow the C. We need to push up for C. Allow the C to complete. Yeah. And if you do want to trade for the E, I'm not advised. It's not advisable to do that. Um, to catch a better trade, is better you trade the E to complete for the B, yeah, before a sell down to C. All right. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for E to complete and then a pattern push up. To trade this, how I trade this is once I see the E complete, then I wait for a push up and then a retracement, and then this is where I buy for the final leg up. Okay, so this is what we're looking for Aussie USD. Okay, triangle to complete and then long for the B leg. Okay, so the next chart, the next currency we're looking for is Euro GBP. I've just uploaded a video on this. If you've not seen it, it's a top-down analysis starting from a weekly time frame. I think it was the low of 1981 to date. That was what I have analyzed. Okay, so go watch it. You will enjoy the analysis. So what we're looking for, I'm not going to go too deep into this because go see the video. So what we're looking for is a leading diagonal to complete, yeah, for 4 and then 5. Again, this is the best place to take the trade at this corrective low for 2 here. So this will be a 1 and then that'll be a 2. So this will be the best area to take a long trade. All right. So we wait for this correction to complete. So we have our A now. We need to push up for B. The possible, more legs to the downside before a corrective B, and then a final leg C for 4. Yeah, we're not sure if this is actually a leading diagonal. This 4 here will give us a clue. Yeah, once the 4 trades and trades below this red line here, yeah, then this is confirmed to be this will be a leading diagonal. Yeah, again, if you know how to trade this, you may want to go long once you see a buying signal here. Okay, so basically wait for a push up, a retracement, and then you go long. Okay, so that is the Euro GBP. So the going long is basically going long for 5, and then you wait for corrective pattern. Again, I would say ignore this, wait for corrective pattern to buy somewhere inside this box, yeah, to go long, and your stop goes below this red line, yeah, because any longs here should not, the market should not come and take out this low here. All right, so that is the Euro GBP. The next chart we're looking at, I'm looking at to trade is the New Zealand USD. So I'll do a video on this chart, top-down analysis. I'll do a video on this, but I'm not sure when that would be. If I have a time this week, I'll do it. So let's go down to 1 hour time frame, because that's where we see a very good chart pattern forming. So this right here is a corrective pattern, yeah. So this looks like a zigzag corrective pattern for our A leg. Yeah, so we have a 5 leg down here for A, and then we need a B leg inside this box before a push down for C. Yeah, this to me actually is a beautiful buying opportunity based on what I see on the weekly time frame. I see this as an excellent long opportunity, but again, we have to wait to see. Yeah, so what I can make out in front of me is a leading diagonal. Yeah, because this is showing signs of a leading diagonal in the sense that we had from this low of A here. Yeah, we had a push up for 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 that traded inside our 1. Yeah, so this is the properties of a leading diagonal. Okay, so now a 4, we have a 5 for 1. Yeah, yeah, or I've labeled this as A, not a 1 but an A. Okay, so what we need to see here is actually we need to see a correction to the upside before this leg down. Yeah, before this leg down. That is what we need to see. Okay, so that's what you need to look out for. We need to see a push up. If you see the push up, do not buy it. Okay, because there'll be stops below here. Okay, so this is a trap already. So there'll be a push up here because what people will see is a rejection of the trend line here, and then they'll jump in and go long. Then they put their stops here. So as you can see, I'll put an alert below this line here. What I'm looking for is a push up. Yeah. So we now have an A, we need a B, and then we need a C down. Yeah. So once you see a break of this trend line, that's when you need to start looking for a trade, provided we do not go below this low here. So where I'm going to plot this red horizontal line. Yeah. So the start of this leading diagonal, we must not take out that low. Okay. So this is where you put your stop loss below here. if you take the trade. Again, this is a beautiful buying opportunity if it happens. Yeah. So this will be our B leg here, and then we go up for C. A leading diagonal can only be found in a leg one of an impulsive move or leg A of a corrective pattern, especially in a zigzag. Yeah. Remember we had a 5 leg down, so this is an impulsive. This is an impulse. Sorry, a diagonal for A. Yeah, so it's in a good place where it's supposed to be. And then we need a correction for B. Yeah, this correction for B can be any pattern. So this can be a flat, a zigzag, or a triangle. Yeah, in this B here. And then before we get the final leg of um, for a C leg to complete the 5, 3, and then we need another 5 leg down. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for here in New Zealand US dollar. Okay, um, the next chart is GBP USD. The leading diagonals are appearing everywhere. Um, you know, I think it's not a common thing on the forex markets. Yeah. So again, I don't want to make the video too long, so I'm so sorry. I won't be analyzing the chart like top down. So what we have here is an ABC correction. Yeah. Again, looks like a 535. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, and then correction for B. See 5, 3, and then we have a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, sorry, a 3, a 4, and the final position for 5 for C. So we have a 535 for A. Yeah, so we have a 535 corrective pattern here, and then what we're looking for here is basically, could this be a leading diagonal? We're not sure yet. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. What we do know is that we have this low here. So this low is a reference point. So this low here is our reference point. Yeah, so I'll just plot a horizontal line at that low there. Yeah, if you take a look, we have this push up for A, for B, and then push up for C for 1. And then we had an A, B, C for 2. Yeah, we had an A, B, C for 3. You see this clearly if you drop down to 15 minutes time frame or 5 minutes time frame, which I don't want to do. All right, I can see this clearly on this time frame. And for the 4, yeah, the 4 traded inside 1. Okay, so this to me again is our 4. All right, but then the only way we'll know if this is actually a leading diagonal is if we do not take out the low of the 2, which is this low here. Yeah, okay, we must not take out the low of the 2. So if you see a rally up, yeah, then it is going to complete the 5. Yeah, so once the 5 is completed, then this Elliott wave, then that means we now have a 1. Sorry, so that means we now have a 1, and then all you do is to wait for that correction. Yeah, wait for that correction here for a 2, and then this red horizontal line here will be your point of reference. Yeah, so any push down for 2 must not trade below this red line. Yeah, so if you see this happen and you see an opportunity to go long after the break of the lower trend line, yeah, if you see a break of this lower trend line, and it's opportunity to go long, and put your stop below this red line. Yeah, and then yeah, you can target 2 or 3 to 1 risk reward. Yeah, because this looks like a big enough and impulsive leg to the upside. Yeah, if you know how to target for 3, then because after the 1 2 3 is the impulsive leg to the upside, and you know that's the longest wave. So if you do know how to measure for 3, then you will know where to take your profits. Um, unfortunately, I can't tell you where to aim for your 3 for your profit, because I've not seen the second leg finish. So until I see the second leg, then I'll be able to project using my fib extension to give you a good idea where we expect the 3 to complete. Okay, so but if you can get a low here, feel free to target a good 3 to 1, if not more, if you put your stop below this low. Okay, so that's GBP USD, and the final one is the Aussie JPY. So this pair, I'm going to do a top-down analysis um, from the weekly time frame, because this was a beautiful chart that I took time to analyze this from this low here. So yeah, so what I'm looking for on, I think it was on the daily time frame actually. So what I'm looking for on this chart is a signal for a shorting opportunity. Yeah, because this to me uh, this to me looks like an ending diagonal. Yeah, we've been talking about leading diagonal. So this is the opposite of leading diagonal, ending diagonal. Um, uh, sorry, not ending diagonal. So this was a triangle, not a leading, not an ending, but a triangle. I beg your pardon. A leading, an ending diagonal is on a different chart, which is not part of what we're looking for today. All right. So this here is a triangle for our fourth leg here. Yeah. Again, it's not confirmed. We're not sure, but what we can see is um, after we confirmed for our 3 here, then we had this corrective pattern here. Yeah, this three legs down and up. Yeah. So what I'm looking for this week is for some sort of uh, shorting signal here to go short. Although if I drop down to 1 hour time frame, we actually have a selling signal. Yeah. So if I go to the relative strength index here, this low here, let me zoom that for you. So if you take a look here, you will see that this, sorry, that's better. So if you take a look here, you will see that so take a look at this side. Can you see my cursor here? Yeah. Follow the dotted line straight, yeah, to the chart, to the top of the chart here. You will see that we had this low here. Yeah, we had a low here, and then on the relative strength index, we had a higher high. Yeah, we had a higher high, and then we had this lower low. On the charts, on the candlestick, we had a high here, and then we had this low. Let me zoom it for you to see. Sorry. Can you see that we had, I think I said it wrong. So we had this low here, we had a high here. So we had a higher high here, yeah, a high that broke the previous low, and then on your RSI, we had a high here and a low here. So we have opposites of what the candlestick is telling us. Yeah. So this is a signal. Yeah. So we're having a lower low on the indicator, and then we're having a higher high on the chart. Yeah. So there's a divergence there on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. So there is opportunity to go short. But how do we trade this? Obviously, you cannot just jump in and go short um, on the market open. So what you need to do is you need to be patient. You can drop down to 15 minutes time frame, 10 minutes time frame, and then count your waves down. Make sure you see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs down like this. Yeah, make sure you see something like this first. If you can count a 5 leg down, yeah, and then wait for the correction for 2. So this will be a 1, that will be a 2, and then you can short. Yeah, so this is something that you need to look out for on the lower time frame before taking the trade. Yeah, yeah, so that's the best way to trade this, because you need to see a signal. Yeah, a signal to go short, or you can look out for a leading diagonal. Yeah, for one, um, because the leading diagonals are popping up everywhere on the charts on the forex markets. So you could look out for selling signal, look out for an impulsive leg, yeah, or a leading diagonal. So it will show you one, yeah, before taking the trade. But yeah, uh, possible selling opportunity on Aussie JPY. All right, but yeah. So, but I would make sure that I see something visible before taking the trade. I won't just jump in and take the trade. All right. So these are the 5 currencies that I am looking to trade this week. All right. Any questions? Please drop a comment. Um, yeah, and if you want me um, to update the chart in the week, then do let me know. If I have the chance, I will update the chart as they're happening. Otherwise, on the weekend, we'll take a look at how they did. So that's next weekend. We'll take a look at what happened this trading week. All right, take care now and trade safe. Bye now.